Over $1,300,000,000,300,000,000. You know, I was telling Doug, the first union ever introduced me were the Carpenters from Newcastle, Delaware, a town that's 370 years old on the Delaware River. His name was McCullough, and he was a crotchety old son of a gun. And I was running for the Senate as a 29-year-old kid. I come from a very modest family. And anyway, to make a long story short, I was running, and if I got elected, which I did, I was going to be 17 days too young to be sworn in. I had to wait a little bit. And McCullough looked at me and said, I'm going to endorse you, Biden, because you understand what we're doing, but damn, boy, I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing. You're awful young. You're not even old enough to be president, old enough to be senator. You guys believed me from the very beginning. They started off making fun of it, calling it Bidenomics. Well, guess what? It is Bidenomics. We have a lot more to do to put our plan that's already paying off. Because, you know, the Second Amendment didn't say you can own any gun. You can own any weapon. You couldn't own a cannon when the Second Amendment was passed. You couldn't. Anyway, don't get me started. And all the studies show, by the way, people get from point A to point B faster on a train than their car. They take the train. They take the train. One of the senior guys in Amtrak, I became friends with all of them after all the years. And I've ridden 36 years as a senator. And he comes up to me. His name is Angelo. And he comes over and he says, Joey, baby! He grabs my cheek and said, I thought they were going to shoot him. And I said, Ange, what's the matter? He said, I just read in the newspaper. Because they keep meticulous mileage, how many miles you use an aircraft for the United States Air Force as vice president. I just read in the paper, Joey, you traveled 1,200,000 miles in Air Force. He said, big, I won't quote him exactly. He said, big deal, Joey. He said, we just had a retirement dinner in Newark, New Jersey. He said, just had a retirement dinner. You know how many miles you've ridden? I said, no, Angie. He said, 1,327 miles. I don't hear any more about the Air Force. All told, we've created 14 million jobs since you took office, more than any president's created in all 4 years of a term. Wages are up more than inflation.
Speaker Johnson on the border in Ukraine funding, Mr. President?